To all my We the people in the house, tonight, Friday, July 20th, 2025, on the calendar in the United States of America, my people, and this is the United States Private Enterprise Free State, coming to you live and direct from somewhere out in the universe. So, my people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about IRS tax refunds. You know, you can go to the IRS system now and you can upload it for free and get your 1099 A, B, C, OIDs, and whatever else on IRS for free. But you got to set it up, my people. I know it's Friday and everybody is on some next level with it right now, but I'm checking in on the check on in New York. You know what I'm saying? We in New York. You know what I'm saying? So New Yorkers out there that's doing this process, big up, one love. Hope your process is doing great. You know what I'm saying? My process is doing great. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna see some bumps in the road, but that's just to go and show how much growth that we have encountered and activated, and you know what we go through when we go through what we go through with the process tax refunds, my people. Well, there's a lot of people that they say, and some people checking in that say yay to a tax refund. Some people still have a nay to a tax refund. But in all reality, no one ever really is going to know the truth because nobody's really showing tax refund paperwork with a real name on it. You know what I'm saying? People are so scared to put it up on the internet. They got to block out the name, block out the address. So, okay, who's the tax refund really from? You know, like on Recoupers, you don't see no paperwork. One cat put paperwork up in his live. You know, the cat with the dinosaur outfit on. I'm not going to say his name. So he put up 2 tax refunds that two students received from his class. One received a foreign grantor's tax refund. Everything was blocked out. So, you know, anybody can, you know, download a tax refund check off the internet and do anything like that. So you don't really know if it's real or not. So I really don't pay any attention to that anymore, because when you're really going through the process and you get to that point where you have filed a tax refund and, you know, you actually have a contract now with the IRS. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in contract with the IRS, meaning you filed either a 1040, 1041, or whatever you filed, that's a contract. So the contract is between you and the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. That is the window. So wherever you sent your tax return, you know, to reporting to, is the window. Do you get it? The Federal Reserve is not the window. It's the window to their window, but it's not the window to the Treasury. The Federal Reserve is a different company than the IRS. You know what I'm saying? So the IRS is a third-party tax collector. You know what I'm saying? They collect, and they're also a collection agency. What does a collection agency do? Collect revenue. So basically, if you have done your tax return reporting, then you would know that your window that you send your tax return to is the window that houses your treasury for that state. So, have you done your reporting of your taxes correctly and filed it into the right window? Did you include everything that the refund reporting instruction documents told you to send in? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that is the window to your treasury. They actually hold your funds. They actually have to create, if they send you a refund, they have to create credits within the treasury. We're not talking a W-2 refund, my people. We are talking 1099 A's, B, OID, you know, government refunds or whatever, because it's like, what, 37 different type of 1099s that you can do and choose from. Now, if you have a government, meaning you have created your own state, so your own state is a self-governing body with its own EIN number, now you could actually have the SSN borrow, you could have your government borrow from your SSN. So you can fund your government. You see, that is why you have to start stocking and stacking credits, because that's what the other companies that hijacked our credits, because we didn't know that we could stack our credits, they stacked them in their favor. So they, you know, pooled all our credits together and stacked them in their companies to build their companies up, okay? And, well, now you can just take that all back. You know what I'm saying? You can actually take that all back, my people. You can reclaim all those credits because there's no limitation on fraud. And if you go back into US 18, piracy on the high seas, just punch in piracy on the high seas in the internet search engine. 18 USC is going to come up, and you go into WEX and you read them, okay? Because when you start reading all of the wrongs that piracy on the high seas can be, you know, go to jail for and be fined for, it's all there. So you may want to include in your paperwork when you, on them 843s, when they put on there why they have that section on the second page, explain to us why you want us to give you this refund. What type of question is that to ask somebody knowing that you owe them a lifetime of refunds? You've used the credit, you've used the collateral, you've used the property, you have benefited off of the entire population here in the United States of America, which is governed and self-governed by we, the people. So tell me, please, on an 843 form, how the fuck are you going to ask a question? Explain to us why we should give you this refund. Oh, man. Okay, so they got the question. I would put 18 USC up in there and explain it if you have to. Copy and paste the piracy on high seas of what they've done to you. Because there's different piracy on the high seas, you know? And a lot of the piracy on high seas, you know, is lifetime jail imprisonment, where they go to jail for life and never come the fuck out. Some of them, it's 10 years in prison and a fine. So it's based on how much you were harmed within the game of life. So can we start the harm from day one? Let's include our parents within our claim of harm and why they must return what they have stolen. Oh man, did you see the book? You know what I'm saying? So if they have heisted legally, they have not heisted lawfully. And most of these people, well, not people, corporations, know that they have heisted legally. They have not heisted lawfully. This is why you will see bankruptcy, and this is why they stay in bankruptcy, because they don't want to ever have to pay you back. Now, the only way to be paid back from the piracy is, your only way is 1099A, 1099B, 1099 OID, and any other 1099 that you think that is compatible with your claim. So, you know, you have to really, sit down, think about it. Go look at the IRS Form 843 and look at the second page and read the question. Why should we give you this refund? Please explain to us why. Oh, if you really go in on them, could it be that either people, or did some people have a CPA to actually go in and get this tax refund? So there are several ways that you can hit it to go and get this refund. Should you go and get an accountant? Should you go get a CPA? Should you go and hire one of your bankers at Chase Bank? Go in, show them your tax transcript, ask them, can you pull down these credits for me? And I'll pay you your fee. Because most people that I've been talking to, their tax transcripts are sitting at over $1 million. They're multi-millionaires with credits. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go and purchase anything, but your W-2 job is saying you're only making 50,000, under 100,000, you have to go in with your tax transcript. You put the tax transcript in front of the mortgage dealer. You put the tax transcript in front of the car dealer. You put the tax transcript in front of the broker. Go and pull these credits down for me. The broker can pull the credits down for you. The CPA can pull the credits down for you. If you can't pull the credits down, you're going to have to find another way to pull them down. Or you're going to have to, create your business where the business is the broker. And most of the time, the trust can be a broker. So your trust can go and pull those credits down, but you got to know how to do that. That takes study and it takes some time because you know how the IRS is. They move slow. That is why you really don't supposed to be filing a tax refund through the IRS, but they've made themselves the middle man. That's the problem, because we, the people, are just supposed to go directly to the Treasury with our own paperwork. You know what I'm saying? To the Treasury window. But the middleman, who is the IRS, goes to the Treasury window. You know what I'm saying? So, my people, you're going to have to really, 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 really understand what's going on right now. For you to even prosper off of the process, you're going to have to sit down and really have self-talk with your own self. Because the process, no doubt, you're going to be spending some dough, straight up, with the mail-ins. And you don't really want to do that free mail shit, because if that free mail don't get where you need it to go, then that means you've never gotten your answer on why your mail has never been answered, why you never received a tax refund. You don't ever send free mail to the IRS because it won't get answered. Believe that. I never did that. But I'm telling you, people do have free stamps for this, free stamps for that. But even with registered mail, what I'm seeing right now, I've sent something registered mail right now that is still sitting in the office of where I sent it. It reached the mailroom 10 days ago. I haven't even received the green card back yet. So something's wrong with that picture, and that's registered mail. Okay? So you know that these niggas is either vacating offices or they don't want to answer the mail at the indenture trustee site. Where you send all your mail to is the indenture trustee, because they're the only ones that can send you the title or the deed. See, people don't understand that. They even hijacked their third party. The indenture trustee is also a third party, because the deed is supposed to go to you as soon as you sign your signature on the mortgage or the car contract or whatever property that you're trying to get. They're supposed to hand you over the deed right then and there. Okay? These niggas is sending out car titles now through the mail a month later, because they're that's how long now it's taken to securitize a title, a mortgage. You're supposed to have that title or mortgage as soon as you sign. You're supposed to be walking out that mortgage office or that car dealership with the title. That's how it's really supposed to be done. But they don't do it like that because of securitization. They have to securitize it. They have to send it on into the SEC so they can make their little fucking 200%. They can go as high as that. So, the vehicles that you buying, these houses that you buying, the most major property deal is land and houses and property, condos, yada. You know what I'm saying? Cars too, but high-end cars. You know what I'm saying? So, if the house is right now, houses in New York is starting off at $500,000 and up, straight up. So you signing a mortgage deal for $500,000. When they securitize it, they done made triple of $500,000 on their side of the book ledger. Your side of the book ledger, you haven't done it, because if you do it and you do the B times 10, there you go. Okay, A, to acquire it. B, the barter and trade on it, and to put the on notice so that the IRS can look into it. The OID to receive the money so that when you do the tax return on it, that money comes to you. Now you can take that money and pay the house off when you receive the tax refund. Or you take those documents, A, B, C, whatever, and you send it to the indenture trustee, and they should discharge it for you. This is what I'm trying to tell you right now. The documents that I sent in are still sitting in the mailroom at the trustee's office. So something's wrong with that picture. You know what I'm saying? The trust, how long does it take to get mail to the trustee? It should not take 10 days. Okay, niggas ain't working, or niggas are just overlooking your package because they don't want to fucking do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now they're committing fraud. And that, you do all your paperwork on it, yada. So you give them a couple of more days. 10 days in the system, these niggas got 5 more days. And that's when the paperwork starts against them, because ain't no way that your shit should be sitting there in the mail room, registered mail and certified mail. That's how you got to be covering your track. If you're trying to get something discharged through the indenture trustee, you have to send one package registered mail and then the other package certified. Because if the motherfucker don't answer one, he got to answer the other one. So, and you got it on the record. If they don't send back the green card, then that means that they don't want to be in the contract, because that's a contract. Or if you already signed the contract with the mortgage company or the car dealer or the land dealer, whatever, it's already done deal. If you filed your 1099 A's, B's, C's, OIDs, whatever you filed, and it has been accepted and you received it back in the mail, so now you can indenture trustee so that the indenture trustee can settle and close and tender full payment, paid in full, so that it will reflect on your credit report. Shit. Okay? You see, the game gets played differently when you start stacking credits like that. Okay. The indenture trustee, this time around, you don't send them no extra shit. They supposed to just take their fee because they're already getting paid by the motherfucking bank to sit in that fucking seat because they work for the people. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't want to be indentured trustee, let a motherfucker know. Because we, the people, we know how to be our own indentured trustee. Let me transfer the motherfucking property into my bank, into my private bank. Now, my private bank is the indentured trustee over the property. Okay? Now, if you don't want to do the job, Mr. Indentured Trustee, Mr. Bank, then the staff, because that's who your paperwork gets dispersed out to, is the staff. The indentured trustee is just the bank. So it is a game, my people. This ain't chess. This damn sure ain't checkers, okay? This is a game of life. Life, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in front of the 8 ball, you may get a pocket. You may drop in one of the pockets. Great. Score. Now, if you're behind the 8 ball, there's no way that you might not even get a shot at it. So, my people, I'm not saying this is a game of pool either. It's a game of life, and you got to know how to play this game, because it seems as though indentured trustees are ducking now from the paperwork. Okay? It seems as though they don't want to do paperwork. So we'll see how long that takes, because believe me, I can transfer the property and case against the indentured trustee based upon how many days he is denying to open up paperwork that was mailed out to him through the postmaster. So, let's see what happens, because a lot of people go through this shit. You know, I've worked with an indentured trustee before, and it took about 6 to 9 months before they sent me back the title to another vehicle. You know, it took 6 to 9 months, but that indentured trustee actually did his job and sent the title back, paid in full, yada. So, you got certain motherfuckers out there that think that this is a fucking game. Ain't shit a game. Not like that. Not when it comes to property, my nigga. Okay? Property is a whole nother ball game. So, if you know what I know, you will actually go check your paperwork. Go check out who your fucking indentured trustees are that sit over your house, that sit over your car, that sit over your land. Straight up. You have to find out who the indentured trustee is, because the bank doesn't play the game at all. The bank collects. So if the bank collects, then shouldn't we actually be sending our banker out to the indentured trustee? The bank with the private banker. You know, if it's coming to that point, you know, but these niggas don't want, they gonna leave the mail sitting in the fucking mail room. What type of shit is that? You know, come on. Now, they got 5 more days. I have to cancel out 2 weekends. You know, so they got 5 more fucking days. So, before I start doing my own paperwork against the indentured trustee, who is the bank. So I don't see how they could not answer when they know that it is their duty based upon the SEC indenture trust agreement, which I added in to the paperwork. So, let them sit around. They can sit, and they will they will. I don't have anything to say on that one, but the bottom line is my people, that you're gonna have to do your paperwork. You're gonna have to stay up on this shit, because these niggas will try to play you out. They'll try to sit. You know, they can't send it back because that is the indentured trustee. You know what I'm saying? So they have payment in the documents. So I don't see how a nigga could not want to open up the document knowing they got money in the documents. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. All of it is crazy. So my people, we in another hot day up in here in New York. This shit is hot as hell in New York, my people. This shit is burning up in New York. For real. New Yorkers, stand the fuck up. So, in a moment, we about to get on up out of here, because it's hot as hell up in his piece, y'all. So, the bottom line is, my people, is that if you really want to get down with learning the process is on you. You know what I'm saying? We do got a lot of things going on here at the United States Private Enterprise Free State. But the most hottest shit is fucking with these indentured trustees and making them move on your paperwork straight up. That's the bottom line. So stay up, y'all. Stay one. Stay strong. And peace to all my people in the chat out there. Hi to everybody in the chat. Word. Peace to all my niggas out there. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some ones. Give me some twos. Give me some threes. Give me some fours. Or give me some sixes or something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got any questions in the chat? Y'all got any questions out there? Are y'all dealing with y'all indentured trustees? Y'all dealing with indentured trustees? Who y'all dealing with out there? No. So, check it. You need to go and research indentured trustee. You need to find out who your indentured trustee is for your mortgage. You need to find out who your indentured trustee is for your car. You need to find out who your indentured trustee is for your for your land. If you got land where you just bought land by itself, you need to find out who's the indentured trustee over your land. At this point in the game, you need to be doing your own research, because research is key to what you're going through. If you're not doing research, I don't know what you're not doing. Because it's so much that anybody can really help anybody with, because everybody's case is different. And if somebody's helping you with your case, they can't really help you for free, because they're taking their time and energy, and time is finance, is currency. You got to compensate somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want the United States private enterprise free state to help you with your paperwork, we accept a 1099 OID made out to us. We accept it because we know how to take it to the Treasury. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to pay the United States private enterprise free state, with a 1099 OID, we will accept it. You know what I'm saying? And you can reach us at 407-300-5377. We take 1099 OIDs as a form of payment. We take a 1099B as a form of payment. Those are the two that we'll take as a form of payment. We'll take a miscellaneous as a form of payment. If you don't have cash, you don't want to pay with credit, we can take the OID because we know how to take it to the Treasury and we know how to cash it out. So we accept those forms of payments. To let you know, we also accept gold and silver as a form of payment because we do have a private bankers class. We have a postmaster class. We got a judge class. We got a lot of classes going on right here. So we accept the 1099 OID as a form of payment, my people. If you want to take these classes, you can send us a 1099 OID and we will gladly accept it. Straight up. The phone number is 407-300-5377 to get down with these classes, my people. To get down with these classes. And now you see that you don't even need fiat to pay us. You can pay us with a 1099 OID, 1099B, but the OID is the form of payment. And on that OID, we would be the recipient because we're the ones that will be receiving it. And you would be the payer. Okay? So, just to let you know how that goes down. And if you don't understand, give us a call and we can clarify that for you. You can pay for the classes with an OID. You can pay for any services that we render to you with an OID. Not too many places are taking the OID. The reason why they don't take it is because they probably have not done proper status correction. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, my people, that's monumental based upon the work that we do and that a lot of other people are doing. Do you see how the major corporations they are accepted because that was the form of payment, you know what I'm saying, that they give all corporations was the red process. Yes, it's a private process also, but it can also be a public process to tender and pay debt. So, I can send you an invoice and you can take that invoice and then, fill out the OID, but you have to do your OIDs electronically, not on the paper, because the paper way will take forever. If you do it electronically, that's how the courts will take it. That's how the toll companies, like if you owe tolls on these bridges, all you have to do is pay through the AB OID to the toll companies. So you can actually pay any company like that because they have to receive it, they have to accept it. as a form of payment, and then you file it on your tax return whenever you file your tax return. Because some companies are filing tax returns every quarterly, meaning every 3 months they're receiving a refund for their services, my people. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? The process on how to pay for anything, but you have to have status correction. And we help people here with status correction. So, 407-300-5377. Status correction is the only way that you'll be able to do tender any debts properly and get it actually accepted. It's through status correction. No status correction, you ain't gonna be able to do the process. You know what I'm saying? No status correction, you cannot do the process, my people. That's the bottom line. So, I said a mouthful and gave you the remedy to your entire situation. If you didn't hear the remedy, then you slow, straight up. You have to listen to this live again because I dropped it from beginning to end. I gave you the remedy. I gave you how you can pay the United States private enterprise free state. You know, I gave it to you. So my people, oh man, I am really, really exhausted from all the damn work that I do all week long, straight up. So stay one, stay up, stay strong, my people. And we are gonna be out. Peace.